গ্রহণ করা হয়।
Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina urged the members of Bangladesh Ansar and Village Defence Party, BDP, to motivate the mass people to receive COVID-19 vaccine to help the government's ongoing efforts in fight against the deadly pandemic. The Premier was addressing the 41st National Rally of Bangladesh Ansar and VDP at the Bangladesh Ansar VDP Academy virtually from Ganabhavan this morning. Mentioning that the government has already started coronavirus vaccination in the country, she said some people have needle phobia, but the government is expecting they will receive vaccine and follow the health protocol to stay away from being affected with COVID-19. Sheikh Hasina said anyone visiting the digital centers can register themselves for vaccination, and she urged everyone to receive inoculation along with their family members following this process.
আজকে আমরা করোনা ভাইরাস মোকাবেলা করছি। আমি অনুরোধ করব আনসার বিডিপির প্রত্যেকটা সদস্যকে যে প্রতিটি মানুষ যেন এই করোনা টিকাটা নেয়। নিবন্ধনের জন্য ইতিমধ্যে আমাদের যে ডিজিটাল সেন্টার আছে সেই সেন্টারে যেই সবাই নিবন্ধন করতে পারবেন এবং তার মাধ্যমে নিজে এবং পরিবারের সকল সদস্য যেন টিকা নেয় সেদিকে যত্নবান হওয়ার জন্য আমি আহ্বান জানাচ্ছি এবং এক্ষেত্রে আনসার বিডিপিকেও আমি অনুরোধ করছি যে আপনারা গ্রামের মানুষকে একটু উদ্বুদ্ধ করবেন যে এই মহামারী যেটা আজকে সারা বিশ্বব্যাপী দেখা গেছে তার হাত থেকে অন্তত বাংলাদেশের মানুষ যেন মুক্তি পায় তার জন্য আমাদের প্রচেষ্টা অব্যাহত থাকবে।
Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan and Senior Secretary of Public Security Division Mustafa Kamaluddin spoke at the function, while Director General of Bangladesh Ansar and VDP, Major General Mizanur Rahman Shamim, delivered the welcome speech. In the ceremony, on behalf of the Prime Minister, Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan handed over 8 types of special medal to 140 Ansar and VDP members for their bravery and praiseworthy services. The countrywide coronavirus vaccination continued for the 5th day. The number of vaccinated people increased compared to the last 4 days. People who are inoculated said they feel safe after taking the vaccine. Interested people thronged at the designated hospitals and clinics in the capital to get vaccinated on the 5th day of vaccination program. Corona vaccination program has not started in many countries in the world. In this case, many people of the country felt that they are very lucky to get vaccinated within a short time. Doctors urge every eligible people of the country to take COVID-19 vaccine in a hurry to keep safe from the virus. Meanwhile, COVID-19 vaccination continued for the 5th day today at district and upazila levels. People from all walks of life across the country received corona vaccines in a festive mood willingly. Vaccinations were administered today in Chattogram city along with its 14 upazilas. A total of 1,948 people took vaccines at 22 vaccination centers of 10 upazilas under Netrakona district today. Vaccinations continued in 131 booths of 42 upazilas in 6 districts under Borishal division. In Chatpur district, over 5,000 people have been inoculated with COVID-19 vaccines so far. In Tangal district, vaccination program continued for the 5th day today. All the inoculated persons are running their normal lives without any side effect. According to Sherpur District Health Department, 36,000 people will get COVID-19 vaccines, out of which about 2,000 people have already been vaccinated. In Khulna, high government officials, including civil sergeant, DC and police so far, have taken COVID-19 vaccines, which created huge inspiration among the common people there. The COVID-19 vaccination program in Nalgaon district got much momentum as the turnout of people were double for the 5th day today. The Health Department of Gopalganj district has fixed a target of 1,800 people for vaccination on the 5th day today, while nearly 3,000 persons have already been inoculated up to yesterday. The driving license issuing will begin in the last week of this month, and draft prints of license has already been kicked off. Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obaidul Qadir came up with information today. He was exchanging views with officials of Bangladesh Road Transport Authority BRTA. The minister joined the meeting from his official residence through video conference. Obaidul Qadir said every feature of smart card would have to be ensured. He directed officials concerned to monitor the issue with importance. Calling upon the honest people to get united, the Road Transport and Bridges Minister said they would have to refuse the dishonored people in unison.
অনেক প্রতীক্ষিত ড্রাইভিং লাইসেন্স আমি সবাইকে আনন্দের সঙ্গে জানাচ্ছি ফেব্রুয়ারির শেষ সপ্তাহ থেকে ড্রাইভিং লাইসেন্স প্রদান শুরু হবে। আমি জানতে পেরেছি ইতিমধ্যে লাইসেন্সের খসড়া প্রিন্ট হয়েছে। কার্ডের মান এবং প্রিন্ট কোয়ালিটি চুক্তি অনুযায়ী যেন হয় চেয়ারম্যান সাহেব লক্ষ্য রাখবেন। গুণগত মান স্মার্ট কার্ডের বৈশিষ্ট্য যা যা থাকার কথা তার কোনোটির সাথে আপোষ করা যাবে না এবং ডিজিটাল প্রযুক্তি ব্যবহারের মাধ্যমে গ্রাহক ভোগান্তি কমাতে বিআরটিএ সকল কর্মকর্তা কর্মচারীদের প্রতি নির্দেশনা দিচ্ছি। যানবাহনের ফিটনেস গ্রহণের বিষয়টি বিআরটিএর অফিসে দৌরাত্ম্য করে এদের দৌরাত্ম্য বন্ধ করতে হবে এবং ভিতরে কারা কারা এদেরকে প্রশ্রয় দেয় আশ্রয় দেয় এ ব্যাপারেও চেয়ারম্যান সাহেব খোঁজ খবর নিতে হবে এবং ম্যাজিস্ট্রেটদের আরো তৎপর করতে হবে।
Health and Family Welfare Minister Zahid Malik has said spot registration for corona vaccine has been stopped from today as the online registration is getting successful. He said this while addressing a function of Family Planning Division at a hotel in the capital today. The function was organized for declaring the work of Family Planning Division as paperless. Director General of Family Planning Division Shahana Rabanu chaired the function, which was also addressed by State Minister for ICT Junaid Ahmed Polok, Health Education Family Planning Division Secretary Muhammad Ali Noor, Health Services Division Secretary Muhammad Abdul Mannan, and Director General of Health Directorate Professor Abul Bashar Khurshid Alam. The Health Minister said all kinds of hesitation and doubt about corona vaccine have been driven away. Over 10 lakh people have so far been completed registration for corona vaccine, he added. Later, Health and Family Welfare Minister Zahid Malik attended a seminar titled Bangladesh Adolescent Health and Wellbeing Survey 2019. He emphasized on developing the adolescents' skilled manpower along with providing them proper health education. Director General of National Population Research and Training Institute Shushanta Kumar Shah chaired the seminar, which was also attended among others by Health Education and Family Planning Division Secretary Muhammad Ali Noor and Health Service Division Secretary Muhammad Abdul Mannan. The International Crimes Tribunal jailed 3 people till death and 5 others to 20 years of imprisonment in a case lodged over crimes against humanity during 1971 Liberation War in Mymensingh. A 3-member judicial panel led by Justice Muhammad Shahinur Islam passed the order today. Those who got lifetime imprisonment till death are Muhammad Shamsuzzaman alias Abul Kalam, AFM Faizullah and Muhammad Abdul Razak Mondal. Of them, Faizullah and Razak are absconding. Besides Muhammad Khalilur Rahman Mir, Muhammad Abdullah, Muhammad Roisuddin Azadi alias Akil Ali, Muhammad Alimuddin Khan and Shirajul Islam Tota. Of them, Muhammad Alimuddin Khan and Shirajul Islam Tota are absconding. Earlier on January 26, the court kept the issue as a case awaiting verdict CAV after concluding arguments from both the prosecution and defense. Later on February the 9th, the court set today for delivering its verdict. On March 4, 2018, the tribunal framed charges against 11 people in Mymensingh with murder of 4 people, detention of 9 people, robbery, arson, kidnapping, torture and extortion during the Liberation War. Viewers, now we have a break.
স্বাস্থ্যসেবা এখন ঘরে বসেই আপনার স্মার্টফোনে প্লে স্টোর কিংবা অ্যাপ স্টোর থেকে করোনা বিডি অ্যাপটি ডাউনলোড করে খুব সহজেই রেজিস্ট্রেশন করুন। সবুজ অর্থ আপনি সম্পূর্ণ সুস্থ। আপনার অবস্থা নীল হলে আপনি ভালো আছেন, দুশ্চিন্তার কিছুই নেই। হলুদ হলে আপনি সাবধানে থাকুন, ঘরে থাকুন। আপনার অবস্থা লাল দেখালে 16263 নম্বর বা হটলাইনগুলোতে ডাক্তারের সাথে যোগাযোগ করুন এখনই। প্রয়োজনে আমরা পৌঁছে যাব আপনার কাছে। ঝুঁকি এড়াতে করোনা বিডি মোবাইল অ্যাপ ব্যবহার করুন। জনস্বার্থে স্বাস্থ্য অধিদপ্তর।
Welcome back to the bulletin. 9 COVID-19 patients died in the country in the last 24 hours, taking the death toll from the pandemic to 8,248. The recovery count rose to 4,85,971 after another 681 recovered during the period. A press release of the Director General of Health Services confirmed it today. The tally of infections rose to 5,39,571 with 418 new cases. Now, international news. World Health Organization. World Health Organization, who gave a much expected good news for the world, WHO said over the last 3 weeks, infection and death toll have decreased in COVID-19 about 15%. Meanwhile, AstraZeneca's COVID-19 vaccine is safe and effective and should be deployed widely, including in countries where the South African variant of coronavirus may reduce its efficacy, a World Health Organization panel said on Wednesday. Meanwhile, COVID-19 global death toll crosses 23,67,000 as more than 14,018 people died yesterday globally. More than 10,79,42,000 have been infected globally and more than 7,99,88,000 people recovered so far. U.S. President Joe Biden has approved an executive order to impose sanctions on the leaders of Myanmar's coup. The measures will be focused on military leaders, their family members, and businesses linked to them. Steps are also being taken to block access by the military to $1 billion use of government funds held in the U.S. The sanctions come as a woman who was shot in the head during protests against the coup fights for her life at a hospital in the capital, Naypyidaw. Senators at Donald Trump's second impeachment trial have been shown new dramatic and graphic video of the day his supporters stormed the U.S. Congress. The footage showed police engaging in hand-to-hand clashes with rioters and desperately pleading for support. Officers ushered politicians to safety, sometimes within meters of the mob breaking into the chambers. Using Trump's own words and tweets, Democrats prosecuting the case argued he had acted as inciter-in-chief. The National Board of Revenue, NBR, today handed over the tax card to 141 highest tax-paying individuals and companies for their outstanding contribution to the National Exchequer in 2019-20 fiscal. NBR honored the individual and corporate taxpayers with tax cards, crests and certificates at a ceremony held at NBR Bhawan in the capital. Finance Minister A.H. Mustafa Kamal virtually attended the function as chief guest. State Minister of Public Administration Farhad Hussain was present on the occasion. NBR Chairman Abu Hena Muhammad Rahmatul Muneem presided over the function. Finance Minister A.H. Mustafa Kamal said that they want everyone to be able to pay their taxes online. If they go to digital system, they will get more taxes, he added. Planning Minister M.A. Mannan has urged all concerned to accomplish the task in due time with sincerity to yield maximum benefits for the country's people. The Planning Minister made the call while addressing a consultation workshop for ADP sector reclassification held at Bongabonda International Conference Center in the city today. He said stagnant administration is not an administration. Rather, it should be proactive, vibrant and creative, as well as having far-sighted point of views. The Planning Minister said the goal of the country's bureaucracy is to further strengthen the independence as well as ensure all necessary arrangements to fulfill the basic needs of the people. Chief Representative JICA Yuho Hayakawa, Planning Commission member, spoke as special guest at the workshop chaired by Planning Division member Muhammad Jainul Bari. The Prime Minister's office has initiated the process for providing more 50,000 houses to homeless and landless families in the country, bringing changes in both design and allocation in the second phase in the Mujib Borsho. The field administration has already been asked to complete the construction of the houses by April 7 next, to hand these over to the homeless families in mid-April under Asran 2 project of the Prime Minister's office. The directive was given from a virtual meeting held at the Prime Minister's office today. Secretary to the Prime Minister's office, Mohammad Fazil Hussain Mia, presided over the meeting. The PMO secretary said in the second phase, changes were brought both in design and allocation of the houses to make the homes more sustainable. He also asked them to expedite the construction of the houses, engaging the local public representatives in this process. The PMO secretary also said there is a plan to provide another 50,000 houses to homeless families in June next in the third phase. Project Director of Asran 2, Muhammad Mahbub Hussain, said the allocation for construction of each was increased at 1,95,000 to 97,000 taka from 1,71,000 taka. Land Secretary Muhammad Mustafizur Rahman and Disaster Management and Relief Secretary Muhammad Mohsen also spoke at the meeting, where divisional commissioners were connected virtually. Now, news on sports. West Indies scored 223 runs for 5 against Bangladesh at stumps of day 1 in the first inning in the second test of the 2-match series in Dhaka. Joshua Da Silva and Nkrumah Bonner were on the crease with 22 and 74 runs respectively. Earlier, West Indies won the toss and decided to bat first. Abu Zaid Rahi and Tajul Islam bagged 2 wickets each, while Shobham Sharkar took 1 for Bangladesh. The Tigers are trailing the series by 1-0. And now to end the bulletin, a recap of the top stories. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina urges people's representative to motivate common people to receive corona vaccine. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina asked the members of Ansar and Village Defence Party to play their part in keeping the youth away from drugs, violence and militancy. Driving licenses will be issued from the last week of this month, says Obadul Qadir. International Crimes Tribunal sentenced 3 people to life imprisonment and 5 others to 20 years of prison, each for crimes against humanity in Manansing. As death and infection rates for coronavirus dropping for the last few weeks, World Health Organization hints corona pandemic on decline worldwide. And in Mirpur, West Indies scored 223 for 5 against Bangladesh in the first innings at the end of first day of the last 2 matches test series. And that's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you indeed for joining us, and we invite you to watch 11:30 Bangla News.